hotel. At the program a few hours back, you tried to explain how the idea, and I'm wondering, I mean, you played in the hotel and real estate sector, and why was why did it take you a while, or what did it take God's message to you before you realized that there's a potential waiting for you here?
Well, like I said earlier on, this is not my doing. I knew nothing about it. There was no plan to be in Ikorodu. Our plan was just to hold pending recession, pending COVID-19. But because we were doing this development for real estate, for block of flats, the Lord intervened and said I should convert it into an hotel. And that is why we are here. But I then realized that when you trade with God, it can only be a success. Once I move in that direction, behold what we have here today. And I'm very proud of God. I'm not going to claim any credit for it. It's God that drew what we have here. And I know also that this is the beginning of so many Suru Express that we want to do. When we were about to finish this, a bank rang us and said they want to sell one building to us in Abuja, which we will do the same thing. So we will basically convert it into another big hotel. So that will be Suru Express Abuja. But don't forget that the original vision was Suru Express, a local brand, and then Best Western, an international brand. Okay. The Suru Express brand was to have a branch all over Nigeria. So if you are in Lagos, you want to go to Zamfara, there will be a Suru Express in the capital. That was the concept. But unfortunately, Lamido Sanusi's intervention in Bang put a stop to it. But thank God, we are back and we're kicking.
Okay. How easy was it to convert apartments to hotel use?
Well, it's something that I've done so many times. I mean, the hotel in Suru was a block of 4 flats that we quickly convert each of the flats to 5 rooms. So it's up and running there. I think we have 21 rooms there. So here, all we did was, all the rooms we had here before were 40 flats of 2 bed, 1 bed, 3 bed. All the room was en suites. So a room is already there. So all we needed to do was to convert the kitchen and the living room into 2 additional rooms. So, and that's how we got 92 rooms. So I have the expertise, I have the contractors to do it, but you know the contractors always like to play game around. But so far so good, it's good.
I've also noticed that over the years you've always been an advocate for people, and I'm wondering what's made you also time like this. You know, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, to get on real estate now is what.
You know, one of the things about me is that I read the Jaconde reports some 13, 12 years ago that defined that deficit of 17 million. In fact, if you read that report further on, you will find out that 90% of that deficit is actually in the city of Lagos. Because people are just coming in here. They're just plugging in here. And so if you have 10, 15 years ago, the deficit is that number. Can you imagine what it is today? I reckon the deficit is probably about 25 million homes. So, and that is where the numbers are. In the luxury market, in the middle income market, those ones are there. But they don't have the numbers. So if you can encourage these 17 million, 20 million people, whoever can meet that demand, in fact, it will be richer than Dangote. And how many can we build in a year based on all these on enabling environments? Minimum. Probably in a year we can build 1,000 as a company. But if you enable us, I'm sure I'm ready to build 1 million units in 1 year. But unfortunately, not in this exchange rates, government policies, employees, contractors, all of the stress is not encouraging.
But you still have an impressive portfolio in terms of real estate now. Can you tell us about some of the ongoing projects that you can?
Well, at the moment, we have 2 major projects that we have at the moment. We are building 34 units in K2 of 3 bedroom, where we are selling for 25 million. We are building 28 bungalow in my 12 that we are selling for 20 million. So that is the bulk of our activities at the moment. We are not doing anything in the luxury at the moment because in the luxury at the moment, the market is flat because there's no cash. But in this affordable area, you find out that they can easily come up with 5, 10 million, and they will give them 2 years to pay. There's no mortgages. So it is contractor financing. So what we're doing is that whatever we're giving them, we've already factored it into the price, and it's working for us at the moment. So that is the driver. We believe that affordable market, if we can be creative. For example, like remember what I've always said, if we want to turn Nigeria economy around today, we can do it within 1 year. How? Build homes.
We don't have the cash.
No, they can rent it. Build homes, federal government, raise billions, put it in homes in Nigeria. How will it work? You create millions of jobs. You take people out of poverty line. You rent, their life will be better. And the multiplier effect. Once you are building one house, that you employ 10 contractors or 10 builders for one house, the multiplier effect is unspeakable. And that is what we're saying. When Mrs. Thatcher decided to do this in the 80s in the United Kingdom, the country turned around. Yes, with their own social housing. Remember, what Mrs. Thatcher did was, there were tenants in council flats. He came out and said, okay, we will sell this home to you at a discount. So first of all, it transformed wealth to those tenants. Secondly, those tenants now have money to go and do business. The government now have money to go and build more homes. So it creates a multiplier effect. Change the United Kingdom, and that is where prosperity and wealth came into the UK. And for us, Nigeria can do better. And all of this does not cost the government a penny. It's zero. What the government needs to do, call people like this and say, Edward, here's 1 acre of land. Go and build 40 units of flats on it. When you finish, give us 10. You take the remaining. If you go to Abuja, for example, there are land. Yes, the government of Abuja is holding them. Or it's in the hands of people who are not using them for anything. In Lagos, there is land. Don't forget, let me tell you where the land is. Right, left, and center, once you leave Ode to Ikorodu. Do you see the land? Majidu? Right, left, and center. All they needed to do was dredge the land, fill it, land from Majidu all the way to Osa. It's over 2 miles. Untouched. What is there? Government deliberate policy to change Nigeria. I'm only talking of here. I'm not talking of Badagry. I'm not talking of Ekpe. Leave Ikorodu now. Start going to Ekpe. What do you see right, left, and center? Land. Ekpe. The way to transform Ekpe is move 3 or 4 factories there. Call Dangote. Call Femi Otedola. Call those richer. Boa. Say, go and put 2 factories there. We will support you. We will not tax you for 3 years. Where will those people live? These are the way it starts. But unfortunately, our politicians are after oil money. They are not thinking. And the man with idea in Africa don't win election. So if I decide to contest tomorrow, God forbid, I will not win an election because I have idea. But the man who has no idea, but has cash to distribute, will win election. And that's what we find ourselves.
How do you see the hotel business? What's the story? At what point are we?
Well, if you segment the hotel industry in Nigeria, you find out that at the economy level, the market is booming in spite of recession, in spite of what we find ourselves. But if you go to the luxury, the hotel of this world, the Indian, all those big hotels, Sheraton. In fact, Sheraton recorded about 1.4 billion naira loss in the first 9 months of this year. Corona. Remember, their own customers are all coming from abroad, while our customers are local. So once their customers don't come, nobody's going anywhere. They recorded 1.4 billion naira loss, and you can see where those losses are: interest in borrowing, staff salary, NEPA, whether you see the hotel is such that whether one person is occupying the whole of Sheraton, their fixed costs, their generator, their electricity bill, their AC. You know that the AC is one central AC on top, powering the whole place. So if it's only one room occupied, but for us, you can even see what I did here. I introduced split AC. In those days, we will have one humongous AC here, big one. I designed it out of here. So if we have only a few people in this room, we will only put 1 or 2 AC on, cost down. If we have 92 rooms, if we only rent out 2 rooms, it's only AC in 2 rooms.